So it's finally time to work on the ceiling of the van, I think. And we're going to be putting the floor on the ceiling. This is a bunch of leftover maple that we had from back when we were house owners. We installed some hardwood flooring and we were left with some excess. It was like, I think it was like one bundle maybe. There's some more behind me there. Or in front of me? Behind you. We have maybe enough, but we've got to be very strategic about our cuts. But here's the thing. All this really has to do is hold up some insulation in the ceiling and make it look pretty. So it really doesn't need to be this thick. So I'm going to resaw it on this bandsaw. I've got a thick blade here, which should help to keep the cut straight. And I set up a fence, which is just some 1x3. It's not perfect, it's not jointed, but none of this is perfect. Basically that doubles our coverage area, which is gonna give us like way more than enough. So I'm not even gonna resaw all of them, I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit as I go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Made it.
That blade's getting tired, I think. It cut a lot faster this morning. Is this still plugged in?
Should work.
Yes. step in finishing the ceiling involves cutting open our mattress. What the hell? We ran into an issue where when we raised the bed up, the front end actually goes up first and it gets over these two mounting points, but the front edge of the mattress here actually goes up higher than its final up resting position. So it goes up and then comes back down because of the arc path that it takes. So the issue is that the mattress actually hits the steel roof, and it needs to get squished a little bit in order to make the whole transition. So we can kind of force it to work, but it's a little tricky. It's easier if somebody just pulls down a little bit on the front edge of the bed. But there's no way that we can put a ceiling in there with insulation because it would be impossible to move the bed. So we ordered this mattress from Custom Mattress Factory a while ago, and it's a really nice piece, and I almost feel bad cutting it open and revealing its guts like this. But what I'm going to try and do is cut on a 45 to take this edge off. And I'm hoping that that gives us enough clearance up there, because it's really only at the front edge where the mattress kind of hits the ceiling. So if I can clearance that, we can still have a really nice thick mattress that's wicked comfortable. This is a pretty good metaphor, because when I came up with this plan to cut this whole thing off, I was like a little bit overwhelmed because it seems really hard. And I've never done anything like this before. I never opened up a mattress and cut it up. So, but if you have an impossible task and you break it up into a bunch of smaller pieces, it's actually pretty easy, and you can do a halfway decent job. I don't know what you guys saw last. I just got into the zone, but it's done. Sorry. It was a lot of work. It's half done. The front half is still open, but this ceiling is in with insulation. I cut this light in. It was in the factory setup. It was like in the wall right here, but we obviously covered the sheet metal, so I just put it into this piece. That light's cut into the rear trim there. So we've got all of the ceiling in. It's polyurethane. There's I put sheep's wool insulation above there, same as what we put in all the walls and underneath the floor. So hopefully that keeps our heat in and our cool in and whatnot, depending where we are and when we are. We got these nice countersunk screws so we don't gouge our heads again. The mattress. You can see, I feel like you can probably tell on camera, it looks a little weird, right? Basically, we've got like this wedge shape going on the front. But I cut back. It's a little bit lower than a 45-degree angle. I tried a 45 at first, and it still dragged on the ceiling just a little bit. So I took off like another inch or 2 inches. And I still brought it down to the same corner on the front, so the factory edge is still right here. And underneath here, the mattress cover still needs to be sewn back up. But that's a job for Mandy whenever she feels like it. This looks freaking sweet. I like it.